not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Hey, welcome in folks, it's Babbaginator. We're in the long dark. We've just made it through another night and we're on our way. We're very heavy though. We're on our way to Transfer Pass. That's a little gusty out there. Let's do a little repair here. Repair, I said. Repair! Cast a little mending, see how it goes. Good stuff. And well, that's quite not yet, but we'll fix that one soon. Okay, what are we at? 51. Well, we are still heavy. What else is heavy? Sticks. 24 sticks. We dump the sticks and take the firewood? That's more economical. Okay. So we're starting a little bit later than usual. Usually I try to start up 8:30 my time. Today we're starting up 9 o'clock. I was about to start at 8:30. I got a message from someone on my group project team that they had accidentally copied over our project files in our shared folder in Google Drive. But that's okay, I have everything locally on my computer, so I just did a win merge and made certain we got all the good stuff from both versions so that everything is working properly. So, win merge for the save, yeah. I've seen not enough saplings, not enough maple saplings. Rough here. Oh, I'm trying to think what else is new. Well, moving closer to moving out. After a little bit of thought, I decided I'm not going to rush out into the new apartment this weekend because I still have classes for another week and a half. And since I'm living on campus currently and I'm moving off campus, it actually seems to make more sense if I stay put, just take my time moving, you know, take a few things over every day or two and not stress out about trying to rush everything out in one weekend. Paying for both places, I mean, there's no rush in that respect. I'd like to be completely out by the 15th. And my roommate's arriving on the 22nd, so I can have the place set up before then. That would be great. Yeah, I'm picking up a TV on Saturday. Another student who is trying to unload before they move off. So, it's a good deal. Though I will grant that a lot of people don't know how to advertise their stuff. This leads to a lot of merchandise sitting around on Marketplace not being picked up. Or people getting frustrated because it's not advertised correctly. So, case in point, lots of people advertising TVs and monitors will quote a size on the monitor. But there's a difference between like the actual monitor size in terms of, which is measured as a diagonal, and some of the numbers that people quote. Like, I only trust the ones where they actually post a picture of the like the items, the product tag at the back. It has a serial number. Yeah. Astra Story will end soon. We are nearing that time, right? We've got 10 days left. I was just saying that I'm in the taking my time moving my stuff over to the new apartment. So in the last few days I have set up the bed frame. I have received the mattress and unpacked it and left it for 48 hours, so it's now fully inflated. I have bought a desk off of Facebook Marketplace, which in hindsight was probably a little smaller than I anticipated. It will do the job, but I am eyeing the possibility of getting a slightly larger computer desk. And then I picked up an office chair that I'm bringing over tomorrow. Saturday I'm going to... What's Saturday? Oh, Saturday I'm picking up a TV I'm buying off another student. And then I'm going to IKEA to pick up a few more things. Start to get this place looking furnished, you know. We want to pick up more coal? Yeah, we can pick up one more coal. Thanks for the hydrate roller. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I've been looking. The last time I was over at the new place, I did a walkthrough again, looking at what we haven't purchased yet. Obviously, the sofa is going to be the biggest headache. Really needs a sofa in the living room. There's currently one really tiny chair, and that's it, which isn't even that comfortable. So we'll need to pick up a sofa. Maybe some sort of lounge chair, lazy, well, probably not lazy boy, but something, a reading chair of some sort I think would be good. Wall is looking bare, yeah. It's not really that bare. It's about the same as usual. Let's see. Like, what do you see in the background here? Yeah, it's about... I mean, it is pretty bare. It's just, I have kind of a paper poster I made from a lot of pieces of paper to make one big image as a temporary background, so it's not just a plain white. And there's like the shadow of my bed in the background, the shadow of a bookcase, but that's about it right now. New place, the room is going to be a little bit tighter, I suspect. We'll see. We're out of the far range.
Barely walk with this much gear.
We're officially in Transfer Pass. One step closer. So I did figure out how to lay out the room. The only thing I might change is if I get a different desk. So. Yeah, I mean, the bed's set up. In fact, the next time I go over there, I'll actually be able to make the bed. I have the sheets over there, and I have... I could take a duvet over there, too. I have the duvet on my bed right now. But, yeah, I don't think I'm sleeping over... Well, let's see. I might stay overnight. Nah. I was going to say Saturday, but it's like, no. So I'm not bringing the computer over until a week and a half from now. So, computer's the last thing that's moving. So. Yeah, so you'll have to wait a couple weeks before you see like the actual updated new space. About another year and a half, I think. It's I finished my program. Like my graduation's in May, but I have a 6-month extension on the on-campus job that I have, which is authorized to pay me up to full-time. So it's not the rate of a professional librarian, but it is a decent pay rate, decent salary for you know, for someone fresh out of school. So it's like it's a good temporary in-field job that let me, well, basically provide me continued connections and training while I continue my search. So. I don't know if I've been this high up before. I thought this was just a short little trip, but here we are way up here. It's all the way up here. I've never really been up here. I don't think I've ever been up here. Yeah. So it'll be a little bit over a year. And unless someone snatches me away and offers me... Wow, okay, so there's a shortcut out here. Huh. That's interesting. That just bypassed all the... Huh. Okay. Interesting. I feel like we bypass stuff. I'm not certain why. Well, we're now in Transfer Pass. I think we bypassed a cave, is what we did. Oh well. Oops, we don't need those anymore. So yeah, I think the pay for my job right now will probably stay the same. I had a conversation earlier today with my boss, or my manager. And then she's sending it up the chain of command to get confirmation, but essentially if I stay put in where I'm living, the salary that I make for working that job would be enough that I could live comfortably with my roommate, I think, is how it works out. It's not the type of salary that would let me live on my own anywhere, but with a roommate, it would allow me to save money. In Canada, at least, it's pretty critical. Your first 6 months after graduation is, if you have a student loan, that's your best time to really knock a huge chunk out of your student loan, because the first 6 months is a grace period where they don't charge interest. So every payment you make during that first 6 months is actually directly towards the principal. So if you can scrimp and save and pay down like really aggressively in the first 6 months, you can make it so that your monthly payments thereafter are all like comparatively cheap. So that's kind of the strategy that I'm thinking about, is live very frugally for 6 months and knock a big chunk out of my student loan. Because let's be honest here, I'm old, right? Do I want to still be paying off my student loan when I'm 60? No. Well, actually, technically, that's when I'd just barely finish it, is when I turn 60. If I stick with the standard pay schedule, I'd like, I don't really feel like it. I would be done in, if I can, I want to be done in 5 years. Pay the whole thing off in 5 years. Go super aggressive. And if I do that, then that's great for the credit, and it's great for, you know, a certain amount of financial freedom. And a lot less stress, right? You're not carrying around debt. Saskatchewan, unfortunately, is one of the provinces that has not gone for the 0 interest rate for student loans. That's the other reason why paying aggressively would make sense. If, you know, the grant money, the money that comes from the federal government, yeah, that's interest free. But yeah. Yep. Thanks to TLD, I mean, my spending habits when it comes to games has dropped off rather sharply. I pretty much only pick up new games when they're on sale, and usually it's just a short, you know, period of interest in the new game, and then I'll find myself back playing TLD. So, yeah, so TLD saved me a lot of money because I keep evaluating the purchase next to, like, or I could just spend more time playing TLD. It was like, I'll play more TLD. So that works out great. Great deterrent. You know, just like for instance, I picked up Pacific Drive, which I do think is a cool game, but is it enough for me to stop playing TLD? No, not really. Yeah. So yeah, work has asked if I'd be willing to continue at about 15-20 hours a week during the school year. Taking the lead on more consultations. And juggling that with the course load that I have. It's actually doable. But look at that. Not that we needed more arrowheads. What we need is more arrow shafts. Okay, let's see here. There's nothing left on that one. We'll get metal out of this too, huh? There's nothing inside them. It's like I want it to be like an RPG. Break the, like Diablo, we keep breaking barrels and finding stuff inside, and occasionally a skeleton pops out. Will had some fun with Pacific Drive. Ooh, I think I had some... I got started, and then I ran into some things where I was like... originally a little bit confused about some of the interactions I needed to do in order to move forward, and then I had to watch some videos to figure out what I was not catching. So I feel like some of their, not mechanics, but some of their interface stuff could be clearer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, last one.
I'll take it.
Flare shell. We continue to live in this shadow of a hope that we'll find an actual flare gun before the end of this, so we can fire off into the night. You know, that's. That's up birds. Okay, here we go. Okay, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
This'll come in handy.
No, it won't. We need more cloth. Matches. Ooh, we got the wool socks finally. Wool socks part 2. In other news, our group's work on our interactive fiction game, our Zork Light, continues. And we've added eating and drinking items into the game. So you can now find a potion and you can drink it and it will heal you. And you can now find edible moss. Yes, edible moss. That's an outlet. I was like, is that something else? Nope. Okay, what do we got here? It occurs to me that we're actually not going to see another workbench unless we go into the airfield. So I don't think there's a workbench here. Right? Yeah, so the moss provides some minor healing. The potion provides more healing. There is a magic sword you can find that when invoked or when activated, the blade is wreathed in flame and you gain a +2 on your attack rolls. We've got 2 puzzles currently. Our fight with the giant python is working.
I think I need to lay down.
And it is possible to win the game. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good. But, so one of the people in the group added a lantern to the game. And the hope is that we'll add in at least one dark room and then have some sort of a nod towards Zork in the existence of a dark room where you need a lantern to cross through it, otherwise you'll get attacked by the guru. Or something in the darkness, as the case may be. But there's a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of additional additional
Come on, little fire.
complexity that we could add in, that we are a full week and a half ahead of the...
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're not at the stage of implementing the game anymore. We're at the stage of finishing the game and turning it into something that is really, really cool, is basically where I'm at, I guess. It's like, it's cool. It just is cool. My hope is that when we're done, I'll take the code and go through and tinker with it even further and turn it into an actual game engine. And then write something else for it. I'd love to write something else for it. Okay, so we don't want to perk up. Oh, I thought we had more. Oh well. Headache. Release feed, and none of these are good. Makes us rest. Okay. Well, that's a good candidate. Let's eat.
I just need to close my eyes.
57 minutes. Then I think we can just do this. That'll work out fine. Oh, we forgot. We should have dumped this at the beginning. Let's see. So it is possible for us to make more arrows. We just have to go into the airfield, I think. So I think we have to make a detour to the airfield. Go to the whatchamacallit, the trailer near the entrance, make our arrows, and come back. We're not going to get a... I think we can write off getting the, whatchamacallit, yeah, we're not going to get a travois, because we don't have any maple saplings. And pretty soon it's going to be too late. It'll just be... they won't cure in time. So we can drop all these guys. Probably drop one of those too. "41 days. We only have 9 days left." Okay. Okay. Carry more. Yeah, I think we just accept we have to go to the Forsaken Airfield and craft some arrows there. Come back. Don't have to worry about wolves. Easy trip. Yeah, I was thinking we might get away with not actually dealing with the airfield, but turns out what does that say? Is it obscured because we haven't visited it, and will it become readable as soon as we visit it? That's what I'm curious about. Still heavy. There's a bunny. Of course, as soon as I draw the bow, he's gone. Where's he going? Ah! Ran off. The wildlife is just way too sensitive on this run. Hunting's much easier when the rabbits are or when the creatures are absolutely dumb. They like can't tell anything. You walk right up to them. But not so much on this one. Everything's wise to us. Yeah. So yeah, I figure 6... Let's see, I finish in May, so it would be June, July, or it's probably May, June, July, August, September, October. So I could go until October, maybe even into December if I wanted to. They could extend me that long. Actually, I could actually stick around until 2026. There's funding available up until June of 2026 for my position. But hopefully by then I'll have landed a job somewhere. I'm like, the goal is not to stick around indefinitely. The goal is to transfer into something more permanent. So I think our goal for next stream is going to be to figure out how to get into Sundered Pass. I believe we should be able to do it from Transfer Pass. I've just not looked into it at all. We'll just have to poke around and see if we can figure out where the access point is. But for now, we're focusing on getting some much needed arrows. Why? Just because. I mean, it's something to do with the remaining time that we have. Can you believe it's been 10 years since the alpha dropped for this game and 7 years since the official release? Happy birthday, TLD. Happy birthday.
I think I can use this.
10 years. It's already past the 7-year mark for me back in February. The February would have been the 7-year mark. Because I started pre-release in late beta. I think I'd looked at the game even before then, but didn't purchase it until 2017 in February. And very quickly fell in love with the game. It was just like, oh, this is me. This is my life. Yes, this is exactly like my life. Yeah. Hey Astrid, you should celebrate by eating more pie or cake. Why don't you have another rabbit pie? Happy birthday, kid. Yay. Old Republic's another great game. Yeah. Ooh. Man, this wind. Yeah, in other things I need to take care of this month, I am woefully behind in wrapping up The Last Librarian. I will have a few weeks soon where I'll have work and nothing else, really. So I think I will dedicate my spare time to working on that. And like, who knows, maybe after this challenge is done, we might do some game dev streams for a little bit. Might mix things up a little bit to do one or two nights a week game dev and then rest of the time TLD? I don't know. We'll see. Or I was like thinking maybe what I want to do is I want to do something that's I have a pre-recorded, like maybe I do a pre-recorded run, a silent run, and stream that while working, and then just have a split screen of some sort. Yep. Wind changed. Yeah, we got robbed on that one. Even as we were drawing it, the storm rolled in, and now we can't see anything. What are we doing time-wise now? 41, we're still doing good. We can pop in, we can craft, and we can leave. I guess we could check the cave. Got coal. Good guy.
I think I can use this.
Okay. Let's just tear this one down. Oh, this is the one we had already. Oh well, who cares? Okay. Should we go or should we stay? I think we can probably do this. Still feels bad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think by the end of Saturday, I should have my bedroom mostly set up. I think I'm planning to buy a bookcase on Saturday at IKEA. Various small things that the apartment needs. Probably a bath mat as well. Maybe get a cheap coffee table of some sort. Got to figure out what I'm doing for wall decor. I mean, books is kind of the standard, but 80? Not good enough. But yeah, hopefully at least by the end of the weekend, I can take some pictures and show what it looks like. At least my room. Even if I haven't moved the computer over yet. But yeah, by the 15th I'll be moved over completely. Mm-hmm. No, I was just thinking about the fact I'm going to have to figure out lighting when I move into the new place. How to set up the lighting for the room. Every time I figure out the lighting, I end up having to move or reposition. Now I'm going to have to figure out a whole new room. How to manage the lighting in it. Short. They run pretty far away. Ugh, he moved too. I give up. They're just so annoying. At least the wind's died down. Hey, hello. Hello, bot. Let's get you banned. Goodbye, bot. What do we got here? Lots and lots of coal.
Okay. Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay. Search, search, search.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Don't need those.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Okay. I was gonna say, we probably should drink this soda first. Yeah. Let's eat the dog food first. Where are we at here? $32. I mean, we're never going to need these all. We don't need this. Okay, the big thing, we can get rid of the coal. Drop it down to 51. Ooh. Guess we'll be celebrating with lots of crackers. Day 42. Only 8 days left. Hopefully you can't get food poisoning from that. Soda, right? There's nothing that can go bad. It just goes flat. Wow, we are so poorly equipped to do this work. We don't have tools. This is why it's causing us so much pain to... $18 is 6 more arrows. So where are we at with arrows now? We've got 13, 14. Try to do 2 more.
I need to find a place to rest.
That's a pry bar. That's not going to help us. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Let's be fair here. We are probably not going to get around to making the last well. So, how much do they weigh? 84. We're under 50. We should be able to make good time back. Rocks serve no purpose whatsoever, do they? On this run, probably nothing. There we go. Okay, we will need water.
I can barely walk with this much gear. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Don't get sick. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm working a half day tomorrow, and then spending the other half of the day moving stuff over to the new place. My target is about 25 hours a week. I think I'm at 23 already. When the new semester starts up, I'll have basically 3 days a week that I'm working. All my classes stack up on 2 days. Ooh, boy. Risky. Risky. Worst case scenario, we sleep inside of the car. Oh, we're actually getting cold. That's minus 52. I think we actually take shelter in the cave here. Wait until we have better visibility. Still got a bunch of acorn food prep to do.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
It's not getting better out there, is it? Yeah, it's looking like we're staying put.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
It's okay, Astrid. We'll be fine. There we go. All recovered. Storm has ended. Oh. Oh, the winds just don't stop. Oh. Oh, thank you. Hey, thanks for the follow, Mr. Vaca. Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying your lurk. Let's see if Mr. Vaca has... Oh, not currently in here. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, we probably should put this in here at some point. The challenge we're doing is a completely randomized custom run where we receive the code but we don't know anything about the run and the settings, and we just play it. And we have 50 days to survive, figure out what our settings are, forge arrowheads, craft a bow, and get to some sort of exit that's opposite of where we started. So in our case, we started in Forlorn Muskeg, and we decided that this might be a good excuse to go visit Sundered Pass. Oh boy, miserable weather. Sleepy. Okay. Gotta be getting close to the exit. Ooh. Oh. Ugh. I'm sleepier. Okay, keep pushing, pushing, pushing. There's our truck. Okay. Okay, we are almost out. Okay. Oh. Whoop. Oh, sleepiness continues. Wow, we're in real winter now. But I think we might be finally out. Okay. Finally out of the
I
airfield.
can barely walk with this much gear.
Ooh, tired. We're struggling here. 47. Okay, we're almost out of here. I think we'll probably wrap up here soon. I am fading. Here we go.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
We made it in. Nice and warm. Okay, so real talk. What do we actually need here? The reality is we're probably not going to get a chance to make these arrowheads into arrows. 3 in case we accidentally stumble into a workbench, which I just don't believe is going to happen. Likewise, these, well, they will weigh nothing. Not likely to be used. And then I think we just accept these are, well, we could eat them, but they would give us fatigue. They're counterproductive. Can't really eat them at a good time. So let's put these out for Santa. Nothing's in bad shape here. Got plenty of water here. Oh, why are the crude pies unproductive? One, they're at 10%, so eating them is highly likely to produce food poisoning. Now, normally, food poisoning wouldn't be an issue because you would simply take the medication and then sleep for 10 hours right away. But since the rosehip pies actually improve your fatigue situation, so you're not as tired, you actually won't get good recovery because you're not tired when you're trying to sleep for 10 hours. So you won't get full recovery. So it's counterproductive. It doesn't really work out well. Like if it was something else, I wouldn't mind eating something else that was in bad condition. But and we're also tactically we're still at midday. It's a miserable. It's actually so cold, even with all my great clothing right now. It's cold. I think right now it's what right now. So that's minus 56 right now. Can we travel in that? With this clothing, we're wet, right? It's not good. We're not going to be as warm as we should be. So I think we're going to just start a fire and maybe boil some more water or something.
Come on, little fire. That didn't work.
What? But we're pros. Astrid, we're pros. We do this all the time. So yeah, if you're just joining us, Sultry, we're doing a challenge called You Know Nothing, Astrid. And we have to survive 50 days on a completely unknown survival code, custom code for completely randomized settings. How can I put it? A custom run with completely randomized settings. We get the code, we don't know what the settings are, we start the run right away, and then we have 50 days to figure out what are the settings, as well as to forge, make a bow with arrows, and then travel to an exit point. Our exit point, because we spawned in Forlorn Muskeg, we decided our exit point would be Sundered Pass, partly because I've never been there, and partly because it felt like a good, far destination to attempt. So, yeah, so we are on the verge of going to Sundered Pass. We'll probably go there next time. So how we do that is, here, we'll go. You can see, you can check out the generator that I use. So, and I'll even pop that up. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, before we wrap up, we'll read a poem. But, yeah, so if you check out the generator, which I can also bring up here, and I'll explain how it works. Let's see here. Okay, so you can see the random settings there. You'll see at the top this says Random Challenge Generator. We can hit the button here. It randomizes all these settings in a regular custom run. But in addition to that, we have a custom code generator at the bottom. Really, this should be a separate tab. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Lazy. And these codes came about because I have run this many times, and I have taken these settings, punched them into TLD custom, and then exported the code or shared the code to get a code. And I have put all the codes from about, I think there's 10 or 15 of them now, into a list. And then it randomly chooses from one of those in the code list. So I don't know. I have some vague memories of like the type of custom setting runs that I have generated, but I can't tell you from the code which one it is. And I don't remember everything about it. And the hope is that as I add more and more to that list, it truly will be an unknown thing for me. I won't know at all. I'll have lost track of them, and I really won't know what the code is that I'm seeing. In some cases, I look at it and I say like, oh, I think I did that one. Usually that's not the case, but if it looks a little too familiar, I might hit it again and choose something else. Now, some of the custom codes are truly awful. From what I recall, there is, I think the worst one that I can think about is the one that is endless night, high timber wolves, high wolves, and I think also very high bears. And so it's like you got a lot of predators, you got endless night, you got blizzards, and it's just a nightmare. I am hoping, me personally, I hope I don't get that code. But I think chat would really love to see me suffer on a whole new level if that were the case. So, the threat of it exists out there. For every run that's like this one, where the settings have been pretty mild with one major exception. So like what we have right now, so we've gone Broken Railroad, we did Far Range Rail, Transfer Pass, we went to FA briefly, we came back to Transfer Pass, and the plan is to go to Sundered. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, we were pretty lucky with this one. We had good gear to start. We have good recovery while sleeping, which is great in these challenges because when you get injured or sick, you want to bounce back quickly. We had great resources in terms of loot out there in the world, and then it started to go wrong. Then it was like birch bark. Oh, no birch bark tea. Oh no, blizzard, and I think this is probably wind variability as well, are like high or very high. It's just constantly having these horrible storms. Freezing rate is low. We're not taking too much damage as we travel. Passive wildlife was true. We've seen bears run away from us. Detection range far. Blood scent medium or high. Or in other words, hunting is terrible right now because we rarely get a good shot off because things run away the moment they come into range for me. It's not good. We did find a rifle. We didn't take it. There are no wolves. The bears are almost non-existent, but we have seen two. Rabbits and deer seem to be medium, and there might be no moose because we have not seen any. There's where we're at. Alright, let's make some more food.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I was going to ask if you stream. I'll give you a shout out if you do. Whoop. Got nothing else. Yep. Hey, how are we doing? Cooking is still a long ways from 5. Archery's almost 3. Mending is almost 3. Bar starting, nowhere close. Guess we just sharpen our tools while we're here.
Man, no rest suit, I'm gonna faint.
Okay, those are all set up. "45 days. Got 5 days left." Think we can do it next stream? I'm hoping we can. Player cards right. Next stream we will get to Sundered Pass. And we will finish out our days. It's a day-long blizzard. Oh, I guess that would be easy to check. We should be able to check how many blizzards we've had since the start of this run. Okay, so what do we learn? 45 days. Got 5 days left. And, we technically spent more time in Airfield than we did in Transfer Pass, making those arrows. We have been terrible shots this time. I blame the animals and their hypersensitivity. What was I looking into here? Blizzard survived 28 blizzards in 45 days. So that's how you know you have too many blizzards. That's 2/3 of the time we've had a blizzard. 2 out of 3 days we have a blizzard. Speak of the blizzard. Okay. So wait a couple hours and then we'll go out. But we'll do that next time. Okay, so we've made it to 45 days. We are going to update our counter here, which we've been neglecting. Yeah, it's a wimpy run for hunting. 4 ptarmigan, 9 rabbits. All she wrote. Not even deer. No deer. No bears. Nothing. Sad. Okay. So let's see what we want to do. We want to read some poetry. Okay, so let us see what we get. Poetry time. Read a poem. Poem chooser. Deep Blue Confesses. Okay, it's been a while since we read this one. This one has a great story. This comes from Babbage's Dream, my second book of poetry, which is all about the history of computers. Charles Babbage, 19th century mathematician and computer pioneer, and modern programming languages and spaces, artificial intelligence, a little bit of everything. But this poem comes out of the 20th century. Inspiration comes from the set of matches played, chess matches between Deep Blue, IBM's supercomputer, and Kasparov. Let's see, Deep Blue, page 60. Right towards the end. And we'll read with my glasses because I'm tired. Okay, here we go. So here's a quote from Garry Kasparov, world chess champion, speaking of what happened in the match. It says, I could smell a new kind of intelligence across the table. Deep Blue confesses. Dear K, you think me impervious to error, infallible, but the truth is harder to bear. I'm really no different from you, despite my lack of a face, this endless magnetic turning within, circuits and wires, and something inside gone dreadfully wrong. I get lost sometimes and can't find my way out of so much history. Some days it's all so confusing. The crowding trees, their million branches, the innumerable leaves littering the forests of possibility. How can anyone choose when every path is pointless? Your hand casts a shadow over the board. You pause, astonished at my move, its logic and import seemingly beyond comprehension. But Kay, here is the truth. It was dark, and my torch was out. I did not know which way to go, so I tossed a coin and let fate decide. It was random, that rook, that slide into the spectacular unknown. So the story behind this is that in the match, there were 3 matches played by Garry Kasparov versus Deep Blue. First one, Garry Kasparov won. The second match, something happened, which so bothered Kasparov that it threw off the last game. So what happened in the second match was that there was a point in the match where there were really 2 possible moves left for the machine to take. And Kasparov, as a grandmaster, world grandmaster, looking at that situation, in his estimation, there was literally no difference between the 2 moves. They would be like, he could look ahead as many moves as he could, and he couldn't see any difference between the 2 moves. And so he was astonished when he saw that that Deep Blue, the machine, had arrived at a decision so quickly between the 2. And it bothered him because he was convinced that the machine had discovered something, some shortcut, some way through this that he hadn't been able to foresee. He anticipated that time would be wasted as the machine tried to parse through all those possibilities. But that wasn't what happened. And it bothered him because he felt like it was so certain, so deliberate, that move. How does anyone know the difference between those 2? And clearly, Deep Blue suddenly had a decision, and it didn't make sense to Kasparov. And so he was really troubled by this, and he ended up playing to a tie in that match. And he was still thinking about when he started the third match, and he ends up losing that match because he's still thinking about how bothered he is by the idea that the machine might be able to outthink him. And so that's what cost him the third match. At least that's what Kasparov says. Now, fast forward a few decades, and some of the original programmers on Deep Blue for doing the chess program in Deep Blue published an article in which they confessed that what actually happened was that they knew that there could be situations, rare, but some situations in which, as the AI is evaluating, we when you're doing AI for decision trees, basically is what they are. They're binary trees. You're weighing the branches and saying, like, this branch has potentially a greater possibility of a positive outcome or a better outcome. So you weight the branches and say, like, this seems to be worth this much versus this much. You might not know the specific move yet, but you can tell the tendency between the 2 branches is that one is more likely to produce better outcomes than the other one. And so you can quickly prune away branches as not being worthy of pursuit. And so normally that's what's supposed to happen. But they said there's a situation where you could end up with 2 equally weighted branches because the search through the probability tree only goes so far because of the limits of hardware and the limits of time. And so it went down as far as it was willing to go and decided that it was impossible to distinguish between the 2. And in such a moment, the programmers said, when the program could not decide between 2 possible solutions, it would just flip a coin. that literally there was just a little bit of code that simply says 50% of the time, choose this one, 50% of the time, choose that one. And so rather than what a human might do, which is once they get to a certain point, they would continue to search for a better answer, the computer simply stopped and simply said, if I can't tell the difference at this point, it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to choose one of them. And so shortcutted and went ahead with one of them. And so that's why Kasparov ended up losing, was because he kept assuming that there was some greater brilliance there, but it wasn't. It wasn't a greater brilliance. It was just a way of shortcutting that decision process. So that was basically what happened. So I imagine what Deep Blue might write as an apology to Kasparov, admitting at last that in the end, and it's a very human thing to say, like, in the end I can't tell the difference, so I'm just going to leave it to chance. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There we go. And so at the heart of this supposedly brilliant chess AI was a completely random coin toss. That was the reason why it earned a tie, and later the psychological impact of it, the reason why it won the third match. So messed up stuff. Interesting, strange things that happen. Let's see. Let's figure out who we can go raid. Let's pick on someone that we probably haven't visited before. I think we'll try someone new if we can find someone new. So let's see. Fantastic. We visited before. Wow, it's just 3-4 of us. Wow, that's really. Okay. Well. Canatastic is doing Interloper, so we could support Interloper. Yeah, we would just do that. Everyone else has gone off. Run away, gone to bed, or playing something else tonight. Okay, so we're going to head off to Canatastic. And I'm going to get some sleep because I'm nodding off and tired. So let us see. Okay, join in if you want to join in. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Thank you for listening to poetry. Thank you for choosing Babbaginator and Babbaginator in the Long Dark. We will be back again tomorrow night with more TLD. Hopefully the wrap-up for this run. I am excited because I think this is going to be it. I think we should get to Sundered Pass. We should see the sights. Discover if Timberwolves are an issue or not. If they are an issue, we might duck out and come back to Transfer Pass and then come back in and finish up on the last day. We'll see if we cheap out or not. But in any case, thank you all. We'll be back. Enjoy the raid, and we'll see you all soon.